my days in a lazy boy in a mansion on a hill, or catch a fast train straight to New Orleans, or a slow ship down to Cozumel. I could waste away my spare time watching football with my friends, but I'd rather get my rod and reel and go fishing when I can.
A lot of these bottles here are from soda that you can get at Walmart for like Mist. We give like $1 a bottle for Mist. Kind of tastes like 7-Up, which I kind of like 7-Up anyway, so it works. And I normally paint my jugs white, or had been painting them white, and I'd been painting them silver. The problem is during the daytime, if you jug, that you end up with, if the water's white capping, you end up not being able to see the jugs, although they are easy to see at night. Today I'm going to paint these yellow, and it's Krylon Fusion. Sticks to plastic real good. Curtis tried some out, told me about it, and they work really good. This is gloss yellow, and it dries in about 15 minutes or less. Out here in the sun it's probably going to be a matter of a few minutes, but you always want to make sure that you shake these up really good. When the ball starts rattling like this, what you're doing is getting the paint off the bottom of the can and mixing it in with the thinner that's in there, so they come out the end. So I'm going to shake this up and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so now I'm going to start painting these jugs yellow. Get a little coating on the bottom, and then spray around. Just keep turning it with a nice, easy fanning. And I don't want to be able to see through this bottle at all. But when you fan it out quite a bit like this, it will dry a little quicker. Then you just go over it with another coat. Make sure it's not really translucent. This should be a lot better to see the bottles during the day and the night when we shine lights on them. So after I get that far with it, I'm going to set that bottle down, and then we'll continue to spray until I get the whole bottle completely painted in yellow, just like so. And you just continue to do that until you get all your soda bottles nicely coated. I'm going to do 5 here today because that's what I got room in my my jug box to do. So I'm going to finish painting all these up, and then we're going to go back inside and I'm going to show you how to rig the jugs. Okay, now we're done, and we're going to let the paint dry. Then we're going to go inside and take the bottles inside, since it's about 101 degrees out here, and I'm going to show you how to rig them up. The jugs are dry, so what I'm going to do is do a nice bright yellow, and the other things you're going to need are some sinkers. Now, these are 1/8 ounce. We pour our own, so I'm not really worried about the cost of our sinkers. But most people use the split shot sinkers and whatnot on theirs. Some people use nuts, and we're using a 1/8 ounce bank sinker. These are the kind of hooks we're going to put on these jugs today. You could use Gamakatsu circle hooks, you could use the sickle hooks, but it'll get kind of expensive if you talk about making 50 jugs. We're allowed to use 50 jugs per person, or 50 hooks per person, unless you have a commercial fishing license, and it's a little bit different story. You're going to need a knife, cut your twine. We had to go to a couple different Walmarts to get this. This is braided nylon twine. It's number 18 by 240 feet, and it's rated at, I believe, right there it is, 100 pounds. If you get anything more than 100 pounds, you're just pretty well screwed. So with that, we're going to start rigging the jugs. And with that, we're going to start rigging the jugs. Damn it. And with that, we're going to start rigging the jugs. Take the knife, open up my twine. Walmart tries to keep everybody from stealing stuff, so it's kind of hard to get in some of these packages. Start off with about, I'd say 2 feet. Now I'm doing 5 jugs here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-cut 5 of these so they're all the same length. And when I'm done, I'll get back with it. But during the day, during spawning season, and at night when the channel cat come up to feed, you usually catch them in 18 inches to 2 feet of water. So you really, on your twine, you really don't need any more than 2 feet. What we're going to do here, is we're going to run the line through the eye. We're going to bring it partway down the shank to make a loop at the end. And we're going to wrap a few times. I don't normally wrap 6 or 7 times on the nylon, but wrap that about 4 times, and then got that little loop there. I'm going to run the line through that little loop, and then with this end I'm going to pull. That's going to tighten and cinch everything up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up the end of this line just a little bit where it starts to melt, and just drag that back on a knot, and it will actually fuse itself. So that knot's not going to come out. The second thing I'm going to do is what I like to do on the bottles is I'm going to tie a hangman's noose. What you're going to do is you're going to put a loop, and then you're going to have another loop. You're going to wrap this around 3 or 4 times, and then you're going to run it through the bottom loop, just like that, and you're going to pull that other end. That's kind of like a hangman's noose. Then you simply put it over the bottle, like so. You cinch it up. Now we're going to add the sinker. I always add the sinker last. I'm going to run the line, double it through the loop, tighten it up. Okay, and then I just run one more knot in it, so the weight don't slide up and down. And there you have a jug that probably cost me $1.25 to make, which is a lot cheaper than the noodles and whatnot. So when you store these away, when you're not using them, it's pretty simple. You just wrap it around the neck of the bottle. Wrap that quite a bit. And then when you get to this end, what you're going to do is you're going to fold it, push it into the string, and that's not going to come loose. So you can actually store them in a box or whatnot, and they're fine. You just wrap them up when you're done with them, and that is a cheap way to make catfish jugs.